Hey there guys, it's Caitlin, your geeky girlfriend, back again with another video at my Real Talk movie review series, coming at you today with another Netflix movie. And I have to say this, there are some minor spoilers ahead, but I'm also gonna go ahead and say that this movie, I really thought it was gonna be so cheesy, and I saw it come up on the trending now or whatever thing on Netflix, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way this is real, there's no way this is legit, this is a joke. And guys, I loved this movie. Okay, so today's movie we're going to be reviewing He's All That. Now this, for those of you who don't know, is a spin-off or a reboot of a popular 90s movie, She's All That, starring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook. You can see the similarity in the font, in the cover, and all those things. So this is a reboot. And if you have not watched the original, I highly recommend you watch the original first. It, however, is not on Netflix, but you might be able to find it if you have an Amazon Fire Stick. It might be on Prime Video. I'm honestly not sure where you can find it. It may even be on HBO Max, something like that. I would check your streaming sites, and you might even be able to find it on YouTube. I know YouTube is doing a lot of free movies lately. Maybe go check it out there. I highly recommend watching the original first because that's going to give you a good idea of the storyline, and then you'll get a lot more of the references and homages that I'm going to talk about in this video. So if you have not watched She's All That yet, go watch that one first, come back and watch my video, and watch He's All That next. He's All That is starring Addison Rae and Tanner Buchanan, and like I said, it is a reboot of the 90s movie She's All That. Now, for those of you who have not seen the original, I will go ahead and do a basic recap of the film. Essentially, Freddie Prinze Jr. is this really popular guy. His name's Zach Seiler, right? Well, Addison Rae is that same thing in this movie. So in He's All That, Addison is a blogger. She's an influencer. She's really, really popular. Her whole life is on social media. So I like the modern piece of it. And in the whole premise is that the popular guy, or in He's All That, the popular girl, Addison Rae, plays Paget Sawyer in the He's All That. And she makes a bet after a relationship scandal, we'll say, like in her relationship, she makes a bet that she can turn somebody in the school into, like, she can give them a makeover, turn them into, Mr. Popular. And She's All That, it's vice versa. Zach has to turn a loser or a nerd into the prom queen, prom king. Okay, so the premise is pretty girl, pretty guy has to turn a not so pretty girl or guy into the next prom king or queen. Okay, so that's the premise. So there's a bet. Madison Pettis is on this screen. You might know her from The Game Plan with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And she's been making a comeback lately, especially in Netflix films and TV series. She is all grown up now. If you saw that movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, she was like 5 or 6 years old, and now she's all grown up. And she is the villain in this film. She plays the friend that bets against Paget. And so the film goes on, and Paget gets... Honestly, I can't even remember. Connor? I think his name's Connor. I can't remember who. All I can think about is his real name. His real name is Tanner Buchanan, and I can't think of his name in the film. I want to say it's Connor. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, she gets him. He's like a photographer nerd, almost goth kind of. He has like long hair, very much like emo, reclusive, withdrawn. And she recruits there. He's the one that is picked to get the makeover, right? So I put only on this slide, I only put the pictures of him made over. I should have done a picture of him before, but you can watch the movie and find out what he looked like before. This is obviously what he looks like in real life. And so with his costume and makeup and everything, I did not include any of those pictures. So they pick Connor. She starts to hang out with him, finds out his interests. He's really into photography, really into horses. And she just kind of takes him under her wing, and she invites him to parties and things like that. So he starts to get his name out there. She does give him a makeover. Everybody thinks he's super good looking, and vice versa in the original. So come to find out, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but something happens, there's a prom, and you can see that obviously Paget and Connor have a little bit of chemistry and a little bit of connection, and so that's kind of a big draw in the film, is it does have that romantic aspect. It has a little bit of comedy and a lot of a romantic storyline, and them getting together, and that whole the inside matters more than the outside perspective. They both kind of learn to love themselves for who they are on the inside and outside. And so it kind of has that age-old tale of personalities better than looks, and that whole storyline that we've all heard 100 times. But even though we have heard it 100 times, we still keep watching movies about it, and these movies are really good. I want to make one comment that I've mentioned his name a few times, but the whole time while I was watching this film, all I could think about was Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World. Where are my Boy Meets World fans at? This kid, Tanner Buchanan, looks exactly like Sean Hunter, and the whole time I was watching this film, I thought it was Sean Hunter, Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World. It was not, but they just look really, really similar. There's actually speculation on the internet that they might be related. I don't know if it's true, but he does look very much like Ryder Strong, and it was giving me some serious Boy Meets World vibes, and I want to go and rewatch that whole series again. That's for another video. I won't go into how much I love that series right now, but that's for another video. And if you haven't seen that series, it's on Disney Plus. You should go check it out. All right, so pros and cons of this movie. There are so many homages to the original. My parents and I love the original with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook. And it has a lot of other big name actors in it. And like Michael, I always forget, Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard is in it, and he is in He's All That. That was fun. Rachel Lee Cook is in He's All That. So there are a lot of homages to the original film, which was super cute, but it also had a nice modern feel to it, with Addison or Paget being like an influencer. Fun fact, in case you didn't know this already, Addison Rae is actually a TikTok star, and that's how she has like gotten this role on Netflix. Is she is a TikTok star. Good for her. You go, girl. She like made herself went viral for dance videos on YouTube, and now, or dance videos on TikTok, and now she's in this movie, and she's probably going to be in a lot more. Kourtney Kardashian is in it, which is kind of funny. So there's just a lot of like kind of funny people. It's funny, it's witty, it's sharp, it's comedic, it's modern, current, and it actually was really surprising quality. I really thought it was going to be cheesy, and the con is that the opening is very, very cheesy, but it gets a lot better, and the quality and like the acting is really good. Surprising, you know, the fact that she's never acted before and has just been on TikTok, she was pretty good in this film. I was intrigued to see if they would stick to the basic plot of the original. It was just in reverse of the roles. They even had some of the same exact lines and quotes from the original, which I also I appreciated. I know it gets a little touchy with like, oh, they're copying the same film, but it was nice. It was a nice homage. They had a lot of references to quotes, a lot of references even to costuming and lines in the film. There's a part where they're eating snacks and they make a comment. If you've seen the original, you know, snack time chips. And so it was really good to see the homages. Tanner Buchanan is a little cutie. He was fun to watch. I loved watching him on screen. Like I said, I got serious Ryder Strong, Sean Hunter vibes, but he was fun to watch. They do really have good chemistry together, and so it was a fun movie to watch, and I really was surprised. I was really shocked that I liked it as much as I did. I really was just watching because I thought it was going to be comedic, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so funny. I really, really enjoyed this movie. There are a lot of TikTok references, which I am not on TikTok. And so for me, that was a little bit of a con. They do like a lot of the dances and stuff, which I just thought was a little too over the top, or like a little too in poor taste, for my opinion. Some people will love it. Brock Hudson was not referred to by name in the film, which was a major letdown. Matthew Lillard plays Brock Hudson in the original She's All That. He is hilarious, and I really wish that they would have paid him tribute in the new one. If he's going to be in it, I wish that they would have addressed him as like Principal Hudson or something, like as that carryover from one to the other. I also wish that Rachel Lee Cook, who plays Lainey in the original, is Paget's mom, and He's All That. And I wish they would have let her be Lainey Boggs and like let Paget's last name be Boggs. Like I wish there would have been, even though there were a lot of homages, I wish it would have like carried over almost like a sequel, but not like a sequel, but with the same storyline, I guess. I don't know. I know that would be maybe hard to do, but I wish there would have been more like crossover of the two. And they needed more original cast appearances and references, which I just said, like, Rachel Lee Cook should have continued to be Lainey Boggs in this reboot. It would have been awesome if Freddie Prinze Jr. would have been able to pop in like that. It just like would have been even better. This movie was great, you guys. Like, I loved it. It was funny. They have great chemistry. It was a cute little romance movie to watch. It was clean. Not a lot of language, like definitely appropriate for teenagers. They do use the F word one time, and it's the same reference that they do in the original film, which was kind of cool. And I liked that they kept that the same. However, there is some underage drinking in the film. They're all high schoolers, and they do have these pretty big, wild parties. So that was the only part that made it a little inappropriate for teenagers. But just know that as an adult or as a parent going in, that you'll see some of that. Now, they do mention at the one party that the drinks are mocktails, so they do make a point to say that they're not drinking alcohol. However, it could be viewed that way, as there were some behaviors that probably would not have presented themselves if the cocktails were truly mocktails. I'll just say that. So, overall, I give this movie an A. I loved it. It is one of the better movies that I've watched on Netflix lately. I loved that it was so like similar to not even similar to the original, but just like gave so many references to the original. Again, if you have not watched She's All That, definitely add it to your watch list. I've been seeing it a lot in like discount movie stores, like even Goodwill, places like that. Like, we're seeing a lot of copies of it come up, and if you don't have it, get it. It's worth the buy. Definitely, if it's like cheap, $2 or $3 or something, it is a movie that you will watch over and over again. There are so many funny lines in it, and it's a classic. I love it. And if you have not watched that one, go watch it. Otherwise, if you have seen She's All That and you have not watched He's All That, you need to go watch it. It is so good. As soon as I finished watching it, I wanted to watch it again. And I'm legit thinking about watching it again, like maybe this weekend or something, because it's just so good. I loved it. So definitely give it a check out. Thank you guys so much for watching these videos. If you liked them, let me know in the comments. Make sure you're a subscriber. I've got new content coming every week. And if you subscribe, then you'll be first to know when the new content drops. So make sure you do that. You can also follow me on Instagram for more content. I've got reels posting every day, posts, etc., all on there. So go give me a like and some follows on there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.